Hey folks, in our last video we checked out the top 5 mistakes of sleeping. In this video we're gonna check out the top 5 mistakes while running. Well, definitely running is on the trend and it has been growing on a huge scale of amount. Looking at the number of marathons that is being conducted throughout the world, almost every weekend there is one or the other run that's happening. And looking at these numbers and statistics, you can definitely see to it that running is definitely on the trend and it is one of the best fitness that we can ever practice. Well, a lot of us may be a really good skilled or a natural runner from by birth as well, or the days we have grown and we would have just got it naturally. But most of us still might be struggling while running. We might be thinking, why is this hurting? Why is my knee hurting, my back hurting, my shoulders hurting, my neck is hurting? A lot of things like this, because most of us may be doing a certain common mistakes that we might tend to do while running. So let us try to correct these mistakes if you are committing one of these as well. Now let us quickly go and check out what are these common mistakes that we do while running. The first most common mistake that we all do is not warming up before and after the run. Alright, warming up of your muscles, warming up your body is very important. If you don't warm up your body, you might be prone to a lot of muscle cramps, muscle pulls, and a lot of other injuries. The most common thing or common injury most of us face is either you have a hamstring pull or you might also twist your ankle. Alright, so you need to definitely warm up your ankles before you start running. You need to warm up your hamstrings, calf muscles before you start running. Alright, so it is very important that you warm up before and after your run. And after you run, a lot of cool down stretches is definitely very important to keep your muscles very healthy as well. So if you do not warm up, you might be prone to a lot of muscle cramps, a lot of muscle pulls, a lot of hamstring injury, and also knee pain and lower back pain. Sometimes you might even get sciatica if you're not warming up properly before and after as well. And also sometimes you might be prone to a lot of neck problems, shoulder pains, and what else? So a lot of things can happen, and especially if you do not warm up your ankles, you might be able to twist your ankle. So a total body warm up is very necessary before you start to run. A lot of us might think that okay, I'll start running slow and my body may warm up quickly as well. Sweating doesn't mean warming up, okay? Just sweating doesn't mean warming up. You need to open up the muscles. You need to wake up the muscles before you start running. Once you do that, that is when you will be healthy enough. You will not be prone to a lot of injuries. You can keep your running steady and consistent. And the second most common mistake is, a lot of us, as I told you, may be a natural runner or a skilled runner. But most of us, what we do is, while we start running, okay, we try to keep our shoulders, our back, a lot of body parts very stiff. Okay, you're not supposed to keep your body stiff and run. Okay, you are supposed to give your body, you need to loosen up your body to give it a natural course of action. Alright, the most important thing you need to concentrate is landing on your feet properly. Okay, that way your body will take a natural course of action. So this is very important, because you're not supposed to keep your shoulders or your back or any of your body parts really stiff apart from your core. You need to hold your core a little stronger, because if you let your core out, the pressure builds on your knees, the pressure builds on your lower back, which will in turn turn into a sciatica problem or a lower back problem, or a lot of other spine problems are as well. So you need to hold your core. You need not keep your body stiff at all. You need to loosen up your muscles. You need to loosen up your shoulders, your knees, your thighs, your hip flexors before you start running. Alright, it is very important that you do not keep your body stiff while running. And the third most common mistake is, this mistake was the first mistake that we spoke while fitness training. Okay, that is breathing through the mouth. Alright, it is very necessary that you do not breathe through the mouth while running, especially, or any other activities that you do. Okay, you always make sure you breathe through the nostrils. What happens when you breathe through the mouth is your throat gets dry, you quickly get tired, and a lot of energy is wasted. So the moment you start breathing through the mouth, it is very unnecessary for you to do that. So you need to definitely keep your mouth closed and breathe only through the nostrils, especially when you run. And make sure your breath is slightly synced along with your running. If you sync your breath along with the running, you can definitely run long distances, and also it improves your running much better. So please make sure do not breathe through the mouth. If you want more details about this, you can always check the first video, that is the top 5 mistakes of fitness training, why you should not breathe through the mouth. Alright, this is the third most common mistake, and let's get into the fourth one as well. Landing hard on the ground. That means, okay, a lot of us while running, we might step harder, alright? We might hit our legs very harder on the surface, on the ground, okay, which is not supposed to happen. Okay, you might check this while running. Okay, when you're running, that means if there's a lot of sound or noise that is produced by the landing of your feet, that means you're really landing hard on the ground. And the way you land on the ground is also very important. Okay, a lot of us have different types of feet, a flat one, a curvy one. What you need to do is, whatever the type of feet you have, okay, you need to land accordingly, and there are shoes that are available according to your feet type as well. So please wear proper running shoes and land soft while you're running. The more softer you land on the surface, it is much better for your back and your knees as well. If you land really harder, it's gonna hurt your ankles, it's gonna hurt your knees, it's gonna hurt your lower back as well. So please make sure you need to wear proper shoes, and the best way to land is landing on your toes and not on the heels. When you land on your heels, it directly hits the back of your knee, it also hits your kneecap, and also it creeps up to your lower back as well. So when you land on your heels, it's very bad. But while you're walking, you can land on your heels, but not while you're running. Okay, especially when you run, you need to land on your toes, and you need to land soft as well. So it is very important you train yourself to land softer, and you can check this by the amount of sound that is produced while you're running. Alright, so sometimes you might be hitting softer as well, but the sound may be produced because of the different kinds of floor that you're running. Okay, so when you run on the same kind of floor, and you will understand how much noise you were producing when you were landing hard and how much noise you were producing while you're landing soft. So that way you'll be able to understand how to land very softly. And the last common mistake that most of us do is drinking too much of water before and after running. Alright, it is not good to drink too much of water before or after running as well. Okay, you need to drink definitely a good amount of water, but if you drink water, at least wait for 10 to 15 minutes before you start running, or more than that as well. Because when you drink too much of water, especially when you're running long distance, what happens is you may tend to puke out as well. So you need to have either a half empty stomach, or an empty stomach is definitely good enough to start running. Okay, at the same time, when you have finished running, you are not supposed to immediately gulp huge amounts of water as well. So a lot of us, you get so tired, you immediately want to gulp water, you want to drink water, you're so tired, and we start drinking like a liter or 2 liters of water immediately, which is not at all good. Because you have heated up your body to a larger extent, and you cannot immediately cool it down. You need to cool it down through a lot of stretches and exercises as well, but not with water immediately. You need to at least cool down your body to a little extent, wait, and drink water at least 20 to 30 minutes later. Okay, only then your body will cool down in a very proper manner. Otherwise, it will be giving you a reverse adverse effect by suddenly cooling it down with water as well. You can actually splash water to your body, splash water to your face. That is fine, but not too much as well. Okay, just because you are so tired, there's a lot of sweat, you can just splash water, feel freshened up, cool down a little bit with stretches and cooling down exercises. Then after 20 to 30 minutes, you can definitely drink at least a good amount of water. So please make sure these are the most common mistakes that we do while running, and I hope you guys get a good amount of information from here as well. Alright, so next I'll see you guys on top 5 mistakes of push-ups. Alright, so let's get to learn the most common mistakes that we do while doing push-ups. So please keep waiting. Until then, do not forget, please do subscribe to my channel, and also if you like this information, please do share it with your friends, share it to anyone that you know, and if you think this information is going to be useful for them. Alright, thank you so much, and I see you guys. This is Anchor Satish signing off. Thank you. There might be a lot of dancers, athletes, sports persons, especially these guys. And if you're a gymaholic, or maybe you're practicing yoga or Pilates, it doesn't matter, but these are the most common mistakes that we all do during our practice sessions. So welcome to the top 5 mistakes of fitness training. So the first common mistake that we all do during fitness training is, and let's get to see the 5 most common mistakes that most of us do while sleeping. And the first common mistake that we guys do while sleeping is